Hi, it's Belinda from Unusual Finds, and today I'm just putting out this Symington granulated gravy improver tin. It's got the old graphics of a piece of meat with blood, and it shows the minimum weight 3.5 ounces. It's an oval shape. And there's no gravy inside. What you're hearing is little tacks, little tiny, probably upholstery tacks, which we'll just leave in there. And then it's got the directions for use, which is very readable. This we're going to be putting out for $25. So for you tin collectors, the directions for use was thin gravy. Pour off fat from roasting pan, retaining the brown sediment. For each cup of gravy, dissolve 1 teaspoon of Symington's granulated gravy improver in 1 cup of boiling water or vegetable stock. Pour into roasting pan, stir well while reheating. Thicken gravy. For each cup of gravy, measure 2 level tablespoons of fat and dripping back into the roasting pan. Stir in 2 level tablespoons of flour and blend until smooth. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of Remington's granulated gravy improver in 1 cup of boiling water or vegetable stock. Add gradually to flour-fat mixture. Stir and cook over direct heat until thickened and smooth. This is made from salt, caramel, corn flour, wheat flour, vegetable fat, and spice. This is made in England by W. Symington and Company Limited, Market Harbour, I cannot read it, established 1827. So it's a neat old tin, how it's put together and made. The bottom is even neat. So for you kitchen collectors or tin collectors, we are putting this out for $25. It's in pretty good condition. And it was used for famous, this Symington is famous for its dehydrated soups and gravy, custard powders, and other foods. You'll find all different tins with this name on it. The company traces its origin from 1927, when it first started in the Market Harbour, Leicestershire, England. The origins of the company were believed to have been started by a young Scot, William Symington. So that's where they get their name on here. He was a native of the area, Sanagar, Dumfriesshire, a village 25 miles west of Symington, Lancashire, the original home of the family. So William Symington is said to have rented a small warehouse in Adam and Eve Street, Harborough Market, and began selling teas and groceries in 1927. By 1840, he was classified as a wholesale grocer and took a shop in Church Street. This is a nice oval shape. You can't see it. In 1950, he expanded again and bought the first piece of land with some building on it, on which the 1969 property stood when Lyons acquired it. In those early years, William Symington perfected and patented a process for the preparation of pea flour. So he used to make large amounts of that and was supplied to the troops in the Crimea. Other patents followed. In about 1865, he was joined in the business by his son Samuel. So it's a family-run business. The business expanded rapidly, and by the end of the century, the first of the famous soups, pea, was marketed, P-E-A. Other family members joined the firm, notably a grandson, and in the 1900s, the company widened its range to bulk mange powder, table creams, granulated gravy improver, custard powders, jellies, fruit puddings, and 8 varieties of soup. In 1904, Symington supplied pea flour to Scott's first Antarctic expedition. 50 years later, when a store's dump was discovered, this product was found to be in perfect condition, so it lasted a long time. During the Second World War, and before getting part of the Lions Empire, Howard Symington, chairman and managing director, agreed to cover the printing costs of the first issue of Review, a newspaper for the forces, but enthusiastically embraced by the public. Getting a different advisor for each issue to foot the printing bill was a technique its founder, W.R. Hipple, used several times during the paper's formative years. The first issue, dated May 25th, 1940, was free to the forces but a penny to anyone else. It was printed by the Church Army Press. So this family business continued to expand through the 20th century until February 28, 1969, when Lions acquired the whole of the issued share capital for an undisclosed sum. By then, Symington's was operating one of the largest factories in Market Harborough, a small market town 15 miles south of Leicester, situated next to the town's busy cattle market. The 3-story building made all of the Symington's product, with a staff back then of 350 people. The catering made trade by Symington at the time were country soups sold in 1-gallon soup mixes, a range of savory specialties, dehydrated vegetables, and desserts. As a unit of the grocery sector, Symington continued to handle their own retail business. The business was merged with Lions Catering Limited, and Symington sales teams of 60 were integrated with the catering sales team, who were responsible for servicing the catering trade. So this is pretty well how it went, and then as a unit of the grocery sector, Symington continued to handle their own retail business, mainly table creams and gravy mixes. So this is a gravy mix, and private label goods for other companies, which included Sainsbury, Tesco, Fine Fare, Prince Wright, Waitrose, Little Woods, Gag, and Bedgan, and the Cooperative Wholesale Society. Wilmington always had an export market, though this was the modest compared with home sales, mainly to the Commonwealth countries and Napa. They also operated a subsidiary company in Johannesburg, South Africa, producing dehydrated soups for the local market. Manufacturing was monitored by their own laboratory, and the ingredients consisted mainly of dehydrated vegetables, dehydrated meats, starches, salts, sugar, herbs, and spices. An important ingredient was hydrolyzed protein, said to contribute to the flavor and food value of the soup. The company operated their own computer department. So this is a little bit of history on the Symington's gravy and the Symington's family-run business. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe and share, please.